something I can't control.
Hello and welcome back to our second episode of this season. Not that we have more than one season.
So this episode is going to be all about the BMW 3 Series 2019. So starting with it, we'll have in the same 320d and 330i, but instead of the 335i, this time we'll have the all-new M340i.
The touring car and the Grand Tourers have not yet been released, and the sedan was released in Portugal.
Not only the sedan, the all-new M340i was also released with it. A lot of you might be excited by the M340i, so let's start with it.
While the 330i is packing a 2-liter inline-4 engine, some might want an upgrade. So we get the M340i with a 3-liter 6-cylinder engine with 382 horsepower and 370 pound-feet of torque. So the 0 to 100 times or the 0 to 60 times is 4.4 seconds according to BMW, but when tested by others was 4.2 seconds.
And that's not the end of that. You get a limited slip differential as the standard. So you can do this even in next drive model.
That's amazing, and it also means the M3 would have to be quite a bit faster.
Now let's fall back at the 330i. The 330i comes with its 2-liter inline 4 engine, produces 258 horsepower, which can take you from 0 to 60 or 100 in 5.8 seconds according to BMW.
Now, the tech bits. The 330i is most aerodynamic car in its class with a drag coefficient of 0.23 CD. And this 330i has a digital driver's display and BMW's new iDrive 7. And this also contains the BMW Assistant built in, so you can speak to the car. There are also other features such as reversing assist.
So what this is, an assistant that remembers the steering inputs when you drive into a tight space, and when you put it into reverse, gives you an option to engage reverse assist. And when that is done, it will replay the same steering inputs but in reverse, which is another step to autonomy.
Speaking of autonomy, the 3 Series is nearly autonomous. It gets active lane assist and automatic cruise control with braking function that, when engaged, steers the car and takes care of the speed if someone is in front.
So some of you might think that the drawbacks are that you cannot make it change the lane if the person in front is slow, but all you have to do is turn the indicator on and it will check if the lane is free and change the lane for you.
Yeah, so usually the 3 Series inherits its features from higher models, but this reverse feature I think wasn't inherited from any higher model. It also gets features like gesture control, and for those who don't know what gesture control is that you can use your hand to control, for example, the volume.
All these features might seem good, but there are some drawbacks. For example, the rev counter in the digital driver's display runs backward, which might get on your nerves.
The 330i also gets the limited slip differential, but it's a paid option, whereas in the M340i, it comes as standard. You also get the M adaptive suspension, which is also an extra option.
The thing is, when it comes to luxury, BMW 3 Series this doesn't quite shine, because you don't get features like ambient air pockets or seat cooling like in a C-Class.
But this model is filled with a lot of soundproofing material, and it also gets an acoustic windscreen.
Oh, I forgot, in the C-Class you also get the highest Burmester sound system, whereas in the BMW you only get the Harman Kardon sound system and not the Bowers like Wilskers like you get in the 5 or 7 series.
Coming to the tech, the 3 Series is packed with technology. For example, you get the new BMW laser like in the BMW i8.
You also get welcome lights in it.
Now, coming towards the end, some of you might be wondering why we haven't mentioned the M3.
Yeah, BMW has not yet launched it and will be coming out later this year.
And with that, I think it's time to end. Goodbye and catch us next week with our podcast about the Audi Q8. Ciao!